Alright, Tabletop Life fans, we're here. We're at a tournament. Had some plans to get some footage during the week, but we didn't make that happen, so we're going to be filming some coverage at the actual tournament. I've got some Ultramarines. I've broken out the Stormbird display. I did not anticipate how many more guys I have, just so fitting them all on the display. It's just kind of a hodgepodge. I just started cramming guys everywhere. The Stormbird looks fantastic. We got all the things. Oh, scout bikes, so exciting. Not probably the best choice, but I'm going to play with them because I think they're fun. I think they can do some stuff. But here is the list. Here is the display. Ultramarines in full glory. We will come back after the first round and see what we're playing against. All right, I'm here with my good buddy Travis. It's round one. He's setting up. It's Dark Angels. He's got a mixed list. Dark Angels for life. Travis has been playing Dark Angels since I've never known him. But he's got a lot of speeders. He's got one unit of Terminators, Azrael, a bunch of attack bikes. He's got some sniper guys, so he's redeploying them. They're all on the bottom floor here. They're actually on the top. Oh, they want to do things. For me, I've got guys, just so many guys, I don't have enough to put them all on the table where I want, so they're kind of spread around. This is player place terrain, Warzone style, so we have a lot of obscuring pieces. In reserve, I have 2 units of bikes and a unit of Devastators with grav, so we'll see what we can do. Here's our secondaries. I've chosen March, Codex Warfare, and Behind Enemy Lines. He's chosen Codex Warfare, Engage on all fronts, and Grind. I'm not really set up for Behind Enemy Lines. I may have forgotten what I was picked after I set all my models up, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's happening. Let's go to the roll-off and see who goes first. We'll come back after. It's a tournament, so I'll just be kind of filming sporadically and see if we can capture kind of the highlights. But I don't want to impact the game, so we'll come back. All right, Travis is going to get me back, but on my first turn, I was able to pick up Codex Warfare by killing his unit of speeders. My lascannons whiffed against his bike. He's only able to kill one. He did redeploy them. I also redeployed. And then over here, my brilliant plan to get behind me lines failed because I wasn't paying attention. I did not consolidate these 2 guys up a little bit. So I was able to tag the bikes, and I killed one of these guys punching. But I failed to get behind me lines because I'm rusty. And that happened. I did get the bonus because I started on this, so I could troll it. Yay, Marines. And then everyone else just kind of shuffled up here. I was able to shoot at his eliminators. I flubbed the rolls. He hit a couple 4-ups, so he was able to stay alive with from the Eradicator shot. So I was able to finish him off with bolters, but it cost me Codex Warfare because I didn't kill him with the heavies. So I just didn't think he'd make him. I forgot about Azrael. I was just thinking Eradicator's out in the open. But that's it. Travis do his thing, and we'll see what happens. All right, end of the turn for the Ultramarines. I was able to shoot with lascannons, backed them up here, shot 1 speeder for Codex Warfare. Grav guys came in here. He makes it. Flubbed the rolls, did not quite kill the attack bike. He passes morale. Eradicators and bolter guys shot and killed this speeder here to pick up Codex Warfare. Over here, Hellblasters shot into 4 protected attack bikes that he grew back from the last cannon shooting earlier. I was only able to do 2 damage. He saved all the saves. I lost the guy overheating. And I charged him with infiltrators to steal that objective, so no longer sticky here. Takes him off a primary. I did kill the bike that was wounded, so he's down to 2 bikes. He does have the Apothecary. He'll just grow him back. And he's going to do his thing. So score-wise, I've done a lot of stuff. Picked up both of the bonuses. I marched on all 3 of my close objectives, so I have 12. 3 things of Codex Warfare. I did bring the 1 unit of bikes in to try to help make sure some stuff died and keep them safe, but now I'm outside of behind enemy lines. I didn't want to give up an easy Codex Warfare. I could have just brought it in the backfield just to get points, but I might regret that. I might have just left him off the board. That's probably what I should have did, but it's his turn. So I'm trying to minimize grind here. Let's see what he can do. I've killed 2 things, so he's got to kill 3 things, and that might be tough. All right, end of the turn. This is turn 3. He's going into his bottom of the turn. He was able to pick up grind last turn. Those stupid scout bikes I brought in for no reason basically cost me. I did bring in the second scout bikes. I got some guys here. You notice they made this long charge. I had Veil of Time. I had a 10 on the dice. I needed Guilliman to give me +1. I hit the 9 on the reroll. Over here, the Gravs were able to shoot and pick up his lone attack bike and his one of his Talon Masters that came and shot the scout bikes that let him get grind, but it also put him in a bad spot. I wasn't quite able to pick off the Talon Master. My Gravs flubbed, even with +1 to wound. So it took me the scout bikes to finish him off because he failed a miserable amount of saves, but luckily he is dead. I think that's better than no Codex Warfare. So I did get 1 Codex Warfare for it from the attack bikes, but both of those guys are dead. Over here, the last cannon shot killed 1 attack bike, but he keeps throwing them back, so can't quite finish him off. But this is huge. These guys making it over here. I killed just 1 guy slapping. He's got 1 eliminator surrounded, so he's trapped. We'll finish him on my turn and do things. So let's see what he's going to do. He's about to take this objective from me. Poor Devastators are finally going to get their comeuppance. Are the Terminators coming out of the booth? They're coming out of the booth! Let's see what happens. All right, the end of the game. We didn't get a lot of updates. We're running out of time. We only finished turn 4. Unfortunately, Travis really wanted the last turn to do some last-minute heroics. I was able to run over here and charge, get on the objective, take behind enemy lines. He sent in Azrael for the last-ditch effort, but I was able to hold on, so he wasn't able to take me off that. I got some extra bonuses. I probably didn't quite put those points in. Over here, he ran over and took some points to Codex Warfare, but it was not enough. The primary was too much. I held him down. We both wanted extra points at the end of the game for the bonus, but Ultramarines pull it out. Dark Angels, a tough game. Codex Warfare, I ended up not really liking that. I scored 8 on it, but I had to do a lot of extra work. I wasn't shooting efficiently. I just don't think it was worth it. That was not a great secondary. My army didn't want to just stay in heavy. It was causing me problems. I needed to stay in tactical because my other weapons were suffering because I needed those extra APs. But still a win. This tournament, there's no battle points that matter. It's just win-loss. So on to lunch, and then we'll be back for round 2. All right, we're here at round 2. There's Daniel Husters. Hello. It's time for Ynnari. He's deployed very aggressively. I hope I go first. I think. I'm so far back, I don't know that it's really going to matter, but maybe. He does have some striking scorpions back here. He's got a lot of characters. It is conversion, so this is the mission, conversion. I've gone assassinate, march macragge behind me lines. He's got assassinate, psychic interrogate, and scout the enemy. His is only 1 unit of rangers, so I've tried to zone him out here to keep him from being on an objective easily, so if I go first, I could potentially do stuff. But he can redeploy, and I can redeploy, so I'm sure redeploy shenanigans will happen. That is his deployment. He's got a unit of, this is kind of some clown bikes, some shining spears, and a bunch of character bikes. So like lots of bikes, lots of stuff. Who can tell the difference? We don't know. Let's go roll some dice. We'll be back after the first turn and see what's happening. All right, bottom of turn 1, I was able to push up. I rolled 6s for a lot of my advances, so I really redeployed to the center and advanced up in this alley. I was able to shoot his scorpions. He brought in the Incarn. I forgot the Incarn had a 3-up in armor save, so taking a bunch of bullets from the Seal of Oath from intercessors, but still alive with 7 wounds, so now she's coming in hot. He's like calling the YOLO. It's all in, right? Everyone's coming in hot. About to take it in the face. I'm all like bubbled up. Got some clown bikes coming over here, trying to deal with my friends. Everyone wants to get attacked. Clowns coming up. Shining spears, characters, everybody. Let's do this. See what happens. Incubi in the window. Incubi. All right, that's the turn 2. Top of turn 2 is done. What a bloody carnage. We like threw each other all in. The Incarn has bounced around several times to try to stay alive. Survived the Eradicator shooting, but is down to 2 wounds. Over here, on my turn 2, I brought in some lascannons from reserve and was able to snipe out his Farseer. These bikes came in from outflank and was able to shoot his Warlock, so 2 guys on assassinate. Over here, I was able to kill a couple units and his bikes. He made a lot of saves on those bikes, but Guilliman had to come in and help clean it up, along with the Victrix and Judiciar. And I was left with 1 little Venom that I had to kill to contest that objective, and I was able to do that, but then he brought the Incarn over there. And then the Venom exploded, so it did a mortal wound to us all, including the Incarn, so she's down to 2. She's going to try to do some work. Over here, I've got some grav guys that kind of came in, some scout bikes, but he still has a full clown bike unit He did not kill these guys, so they were able to stay alive after his combat and get marched to macragge. They just backed out of combat, held that objective. So they're like daring the clowns to do something. I failed this 9-inch charge, trying to like bop them. Scout bikes forgot, no rerolls against clown bikes, so my shooting here, even though I set up for rerolls, was really ineffective. I did kill 2 bikes, I guess. I killed 1 bike? I don't know. So, not the worst, but he's still alive. Let's see what he does. We'll come back after the end of maybe next turn. We'll see. We're running out of time. Let's do this. All right, end of the game. We only got to turn 4. This is the clock. It ran out. This much time was left. But at the end of turn 4, he couldn't score any points on the bottom of the turn. He failed psychic interrogation on a 4. We had to look it up. It's warp charge 5 now. Then he re-rolled it. Perils. He was hurt. He almost perilously killed himself to give me the last assassinate, but he did not die. So, but he did fail interrogate. Then the jester jumped out, shot Guilliman with 1 wound. Guilliman was on 1 wound. He took the shot, 1 save with the auto 6. I failed it. I had a CP. I failed it. Guilliman died. He got the last assassinate here for 13, but he wasn't enough to pull it up. The primary was too strong. On the Ultras, they hold the day. Round 2 is done in the books. Boy, we're tired. 1 more round to go. We'll be back after we find out the next pairs. Woo. All right, I'm playing my friend Colin Cochran in the final round. He's playing knights, and I've been talking smack about knights are garbage this whole time, so now I have to back up my claims. I thought this is an auto win. He thinks he's going to just max out scores on me, just being sitting in the back. He said he's getting 100, like big talker. So I've set up the obscuring. He set up the obscuring. He's hiding like a little girl. I went first, despite rolling a 1 twice. He matched my 1s for the go first roll twice, and I finally rolled a 6. My first turn, I just moved up and shot the big knight through obscuring. Did 10 wounds through his warp, no re-rolls. So take that big knight. He doesn't want any more. He's rushing up to try to hide behind his objectives because that's all he does. He's a little girl. And yeah, we're waiting. In reserves, I got some scout bikes. In reserve, he has 2 guys walking on and 1 deep striking. So I have to be a little careful next turn of him like flanking me with some knights. But we'll take business here in a second. All right, it's the bottom of turn 2. You notice a big lack of a big boy. No rerolls, no problem. That guy's dead like a chump. It took 2 turns of 2 units. It literally took just 2 units to kill him. No problem. Scout bikes came in and did scout bike things. And look, a guy down there is dead. And then this guy took some saves. He's hurt.
We're going to get on in here now.
I got some bolters, like clinked off wounds. He's hurt down to 4 wounds. So now he's got to do work. He's got some guys in reserve, but we still have our tricks. We're not even concerned. It's all happening. All right, the terrain is already getting cleaned up. The game is over. We've been talking about it, and I forgot to film the video. Let's do the recap real quick. The Knights just couldn't withstand. I just kept pushing through. His turn, he came out of...
I think Thomas has loaded dice. A lot of 6s.
A lot of great rolling 6s. I reroll everything. It was great. Ultramarines attacked. Y'all didn't get to see the power. We got all the bring it downs. We got 4. I got the 12 on the march on the first turn. I didn't even care about getting any more. And then Oath the moment. I didn't really push to the center. There wasn't a good hiding place. So I just kind of held back until the last couple of turns when he ran out of models. But the score's good. 94-79. Did some work. Ultramarines go 3-0. Let's go. Hit that like, subscribe, share with your friends. You want to see more Ultramarine content? Otherwise, I'm going to play Votan. And then, yeah. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.